Hi there, it's me, Stephen Thomas, with another housing debrief. Just wanted to say thank you for joining us. Wanted to go over really quick what's going on in the housing market, and this is the day that we typically crunch the numbers. I'm actually doing this the evening, Halloween night, after going trick or treating with the kids, and now the grandchild as well. That was a lot of fun, but. So we snapped all the numbers, and what we're seeing is that most markets have peaked. So most markets have already hit their peak. That's a bit late. Normally, you're hitting your peak in markets between July and August, or August and September. And here we are well into October, knocking on the door of November. Just a couple hours short of November right now. So we're just hitting the peak. It's a little late. We're very, very end of October. And from here, we're just going to watch the inventory go down, as well as we're going to see fewer homes come on the market, fewest number in December, second fewest in November. And also demand will be coming down during this time of the year as well. And the interest rates that eclipsed 7%. So about 6 weeks ago, Fed lowered the interest rates by 0.5%. Since they did it the day before, interest rates were at 6.1% across the United States. Rates are now above 7.1%. So they've gone up a full percentage point since they met, and cut the short-term rate by 0.5%. And that's what you need to understand. Mortgage rates, long-term rates, have more to do with what's going on in the economy and in forecasting and predicting where is the market going to go, or where is the economy going to go from here. So where's the Fed going to go from here? Now the Fed has committed to a whole bunch of future rate cuts, but that changes. They meet every 6 weeks, and every other meeting, the next one is in December, they'll talk about where they think rates should go for all of 2025. And it could change from what they just stated in September. So that's what happens, why rates jump all over the place. And it has to do with what's going on with all the economic readings. And when I wake up tomorrow morning, and if you're clicking on this in the morning, you will have already seen what has happened with the very important Jobs Friday. And that is November 1st, before the election. Election is this coming up Tuesday. Jobs Friday is November 1st, and we'll see. If this comes in below expectations, you can watch rates go down. If it comes in right at expectations, you can watch rates pretty much, it's a wash. Now we're going to wait till see what happens with the election to see what happens with mortgage rates. And if it exceeds expectations, you can watch rates even push higher than where they are right now. So a lot of factors have gone into why rates have come up in such a short period of time. It's all the bond market as well as mortgage-backed securities. They're oversold, so they're ready to be bought. It's going to take a reading or two for this to start to really come down. So anyways, let's get into today. We're going to talk about the Airbnb crash update. And I was trying to think, when was the last time we talked about Airbnbs? And it was in the past. And this is interesting because infamous for its witch trials, this is from AirDNA. Salem, Massachusetts sees a huge spike in tourism during the month of October. So that's funny. Salem, Massachusetts. I remember reading a book called Salem's Lot, and there was a movie also titled the same. In January, their Airbnbs have 34% occupancy. In October, it's 82% occupancy. As well as behind the scenes a little bit, you can actually see that they can get away with charging more in the month of October in Salem, Massachusetts, and they have to charge a whole lot less in January and February. So it all depends upon when the market's hot. And in Salem, Massachusetts, it's in October, right around Halloween. So interesting, you're not hearing a lot about the Airbnb bust. And we heard quite a bit about it. So I just wanted to provide that update because I was looking even for articles on this. And the only article I could find is from some website that I had not stumbled upon before called Money Morning. And it's why the short-term rental boom is about to bust. And if you look at this, this is May of 2024. And even this wasn't right. But this is the last article that I could find, the most recent one. It was blowing up like crazy last August and September of 2023, because this was going to cause us to have a bunch of homes that come on the market, a flood of homes that come on the market. And it was led by Robert Kiyosaki, who issued a dire warning. He made billions of dollars during the Great Recession and that crash, but he says that this is the best time to get rich. Here's the biggest bargain he sees now, and he's talking about that there's going to be this Airbnb bust. And boy, was that a bust of an idea. And we did a video back then on it just to illustrate exactly what's going on in vacation rentals and how that's not necessarily the truth. And Airbnb is just one of the many places that you can actually go to rent these short-term rentals. And he actually said, 2008 crash made me billionaire. Now the 2023 crash will make me even more rich. And I want to remind everybody where we're at right now. We are nearly done with 2024 and there is no crash. So if you were betting on this to happen, it did not materialize. And that's what a lot of prognosticators, he's not really an economist. He's not looking at trend lines. He's going more with like the gut. And sometimes the gut is right, but a lot of times when you're looking at all the numbers and you're looking at the overall economic landscape, the gut's just not correct, because there's a lot of people that have been talking about a crash for a long time in many different areas of the economy that just has not materialized. So, and this is also taken from AirDNA, and Bloomberg put this together. This is the number of U.S. listings for available short-term rental properties. And this has been increasing over time, but so has demand has been increasing over time too for short-term rentals. And it's at the point where it's right there at that 1.75 million across the United States. And it's really beginning to kind of, even though this looks like it's peaking out, this is a little bit aged, it's been leveling off. And you could see that September supply growth slows to the lowest rate since June of 2021. And this is from AirDNA. And what this is the number of new properties that are coming to market. And you could see that from 2022 through 2023 is pretty strong. And now that we're in 2024, you could see that the numbers aren't increasing as much. So we're not getting a lot of new short-term rentals. And this talks about new short-term rental inventory. It doesn't talk about the short-term rental inventory that goes offline. So this is new rental, short-term rental inventory. Then there's also new listings in August were down 30.2% year over year, below 2021 levels. So that just gives you an idea of how much they're coming down. It's actually down below that 2021 level, way below 2023's level. So there just are not a lot of new listings that are popping up right now. So this just shows you that we're kind of hitting this plateau for vacation rentals. And demand grows slow significantly in September, but that's due to a calendar shift, and that's because of Labor Day. Labor Day weekend fell a little bit in August and a little bit in September. So if you actually look at this, you'll see that August was way up and September is a little bit down compared to a lot down compared to August. It's just like they traded hands. And this is year over year changes. So you could see that year over year demand is up, and it's been up all year long as well. And you could see right here, this is all of 2024, and year over year numbers have been up like crazy since about February of this year. So January was a little bit down year over year as far as demand, and book nights was a little bit down. But other than that, just about every month, book nights has far exceeded the prior year. And so that just shows you where that demand continues to grow in Airbnb land. And then this is just the holiday pacing. This is demand for future months. And of course, when this was done, this was for September. For October, you get a lot of bookings for October. And it shows you the current year and prior year that there were more bookings, the blue bar, than this year than last year in October. Same thing, bookings going forward for November, more bookings in millions of demand nights. And then you see December also up, January up slightly. February looks like it's on par, and March up slightly. And you know that now that a lot of people are doing last minute bookings, so these last minute bookings add to that overall total as well. And there's more people doing last minute bookings than ever before, according to this AirDNA statistics as well. And this was taken in just about a month and a half ago, but this was what the forecast for 2024 and then where 2025 is going to go. And you could see that there was a lot of growth between 2022 and 2023 and into the start of where we're at in 2024, but it's starting to slow down as far as the overall inventory, the available listings across the United States. And the nights listed, it continues to go up. The only down year was 2020. Demand, you could see the change on a yearly basis. Down, of course, the COVID year of 2020, a big bounce back in 2021 into 2022. 2023 is flat, and then 2024 and 2025, you could see that there continues to be a lot of growth in demand. Occupancy has been on par. We're not getting occupancy rates are right around that 55% to 54%. It was 54% in 2023. The biggest year was 2021. That was coming out of COVID. So the ADR and a RevPAR, that has to do with the booked nights and the revenue per unit. You could see that in 2024, it's positive, and it's going to be positive into 2025. So it's going the right direction. 2023 was not so great of a year for those. There was a lot of that had to do with inflation and the absorption of inflation and costs. And so 2023, they saw revenue per night go down. And this is the slowing supply growth should boost performance. So because there's not as much supply, the performance per unit is going to go up. And that's what the forecast shows, that because there's going to be, the forecast is fewer and fewer homes coming on, that there's going to be more growth in profitability of these vacation rentals. And then this is very interesting because this, and I'll blow it up for you so you can see it. This is where the markets that are far exceeding where they were year over year. So this is year over year change in demand. This is June through September in the top 50 largest U.S. short-term rental markets. You see on the left, it's actually Jersey City, Newark, and Chicago. That Jersey City is way up. But you see that all these are positive. And close to 20% with Chicago and Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Vegas. And you can even see it continues to be positive all the way until you get to about Los Angeles. It's barely positive, and Portland, Oregon, barely positive. And then the Big Island of Hawaii, it starts to go negative. And a lot of these have to do with these ordinances for not being able to have vacation rentals, or like as in New York City, which if you see that on the right hand side, it is down by almost close to, it's like 56% down year over year. And that is because you can't really in New York City have short-term rentals. You have to at least book them for a month or more. That's the new legislation that happened a year ago. And we're going to talk about that for what happened in New York City. But first, I'd like to bring in our sponsor. And our sponsor is agentmatch.ai. So agentmatch.ai. And let's talk a little bit about Agent Match and what they do. Agentmatch.ai is a revolutionary platform that connects users with the best real estate agents using unbiased performance-based data. The platform leverages MLS data and AI matching algorithms to create a personalized agent recommendation system based on customer needs and agent performance. The benefits are faster, more efficient agent connections and higher customer satisfaction by eliminating paid lead generation biases. So you don't have to pay for these leads. And for agents, you can get matched with serious and vetted clients completely free, no hidden fees, no gimmicks. You can match today, meet your new clients tomorrow, start your free profile and I'll show you where you can start your free profile. They're actually going to be reaching out to the top 10% in many areas, but if you want to get a jump start on it, it's coming soon. agentmatch.ai, and you can register today at app.agentmatch.ai, and then the / register. So that's app.agentmatch.ai/register. And that's where you go to register for agentmatch.ai. Now back to New York City and what's happened with what the idea behind this. And you know that who is really for this? Everybody thought that this would add so much to the inventory in New York City, and that it would help the market and keep prices down, and it would allow more people to buy houses. But that's not necessarily what happened. We know who it's the hotel industry that really wanted to see the short-term vacation rentals go away, so they can have more demand for their hotel rooms in New York City. And this is what has happened. This is also according to AirDNA. Of course, the less than 30 nights, very, very few. If you see this, the green is more than 30 nights. So you can see there's a ton of bookings for over like a month or longer, and gone are the small short-term rentals. So those almost don't exist. And but everybody's doing these long-term rentals, and you think that, okay, well, what are they going to do with it? Well, it looks like they're having a fine time turning these things into long-term rentals instead. So hotel industry wins. So do the people that are looking for monthly rentals or a little longer than monthly rentals. And but I want to also point out what's happened to prices since over the past year. And if you look at it year over year, the 1 year return, and this is according to S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller, and this just came out about this week actually, and it's up 8.1% year over year in New York City. So values are still like climbing extremely fast in New York City. Now, they had gone down before, and that was because of COVID related and everybody no longer being in the office. Well, now a lot of people are going back to the office, and guess what's happening to prices in New York City? They're skyrocketing up. So this idea that stopping vacation rentals short term is going to help the housing market never really unfolded. This is exactly what a lot of us analysts were predicting, but they didn't ask us. Instead, I'm sure the hotel lobby was huge on making these short-term rentals go away. And there are other areas that are looking at getting rid of short-term rentals for the same exact reason. But there are other ways of working around this. And we have ideas, definitely. So, gosh, we should be the ones that are talking, the people that are actually housing analysts should talk about different solutions to these things that will actually pave ways, that will be solutions to where it's a win-win for everybody, and there's a cost-benefit analysis that you could do if you're going to have a vacation rental in some of these areas that are really having a hard time with too many vacation rentals and property values that are spiking. So, as far as where the inventory is at across the United States, I wanted to point out that there's still this giant problem of we had too many homes on the market during and prior to the Great Recession, and now we do not have a lot of homes that are on the market. So what I'm trying to point out is that we have all these different ideas, and we thought that they were supposed to be this big Airbnb bust, and it was supposed to add a lot to the inventory. And even with these ordinances, like what they had in New York City, really didn't change much in the supply in those areas and other areas that where they have these new laws around short-term rentals. And you could see, as far as the supply is concerned, we're still really low. As far as the supply is concerned, I mean, we're not even at 1,400,000 yet. And if you look at where we're at right now, we're still below where we were in January of 2020, which was the lowest number of homes ever for a January. Each one of those little hills is a year, and this thing goes back all the way to 1982, and we had a much smaller population with far fewer units that were built, housing dwelling units across the United States back in 1982, and yet we still don't have a very big inventory. And you can imagine that once interest rates go down sometime in the future that this is going to put more pressure with more demand. It's going to eat into the inventory, and we're going to be back to the same problem with those low areas were during COVID as well. So there's just not a lot of homes on the market. We still have an inventory problem. It's not coming from Airbnb bust or vacation short-term rental bust. That's just has not added to the overall number of homes coming to the market. We have had more homes come on the market, and that's because we've had higher interest rates. Those higher interest rates came during our spring market. They were above 7%. And as a result, what happened was there was a lot more, there were more homes coming on the market, still not as many as there were prior to COVID. But because we had interest rates higher than 7%, those more homes were matched against a very similar demand that we had last year in 2023. Well, we would have had more demand, but we had those interest rates during the springtime that were over 7% from April to July of this year, right during our spring and summer markets. So it really made the market sluggish. And as a result, with very similar demand compared to last year, those extra homes that were coming on the market compared to the number of homes coming on the market last year actually just accumulated. And that's where we were able to build a little bit more of an inventory this year. It's a relief. It's a step in the right direction. It means there's more product for once interest rates do come down for more people to purchase. But it's not really helping the long-term chronic lack of inventory that we've been dealing with. So we're still dealing with this housing shortage. And just because there's people that have an idea where all these homes are going to come from, please, you know what, reach out to me, check with me. I'll be I'll go ahead and fact check it and let you know why we agree or disagree based upon the numbers, the data, the trend lines, and everything else that's out there, because we see these turns in the economy coming, and that's because the economic downturns leave plenty of breadcrumbs beforehand. It's not like all of a sudden we're going to have a bunch of homes come on the market and the market's going to turn south. That's just not how it works. This thing develops slow churn, and we watch all the trend lines. This is all that we do. This is what we enjoy. This is why I get up in the morning, and this is why I do a video after going trick-or-treating with my kids. So ignore all the noise that's out there, or you know what, like I said, contact me and we'd be more than happy to do a fact check. So go to reportsonhousing.com if you want to subscribe to one of our many reports throughout SoCal. We have all over SoCal, including Ventura, up in the Bay Area, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. And the most recent one that's coming out is called Top 3 Trends. A lot of the coastal markets already have that. All of them will have them next week. And if you'd like to sign up and get a free month, utilize the coupon code Airbnb. That's Airbnb. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining in on another housing debrief. Hope you have a fantastic finish this week, and we will see you on the other side.